I'm Elisha Lawson, and I play Stuart in Group, the series. The one word that I would use to explain this project would be experimental, because down to the camera angles, the way it was shot, the process, the rehearsals, and just the project in general, it was all met with this attitude of, let's try it out and let's see what happens. And for some, that may seem unorganized or scary, but I can assure you that it was very organized, very professional, but still scary. So this all started with me meeting this eccentric French filmmaker named Elisha Lawson, who is also the writer and director of this project. I was introduced to him by another castmate who's in the series. His name is Ezra Barnes. I was able to work on a project with Ezra, To Kill a Mockingbird, and he was very generous enough to recommend Elisha to me. And Elisha and I had lunch together downtown New York, and he pretty much laid out the vision that he wanted for Stuart, or how he saw Stuart. And we kind of bounced ideas off of each other, and some great ideas, and we both kind of left very excited about the possibilities of Stuart and the potential of what he could bring to this group dynamic. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm one of the last actors to be cast in this project. I think there was another actor right after me. They did several rehearsals, group therapy sessions before me, several of them, and I came in on the last rehearsal / group therapy session before we started to shoot. And it was interesting that me, the actor Elisha, coming into this space, meeting everybody after they're already introduced to each other, and coming into this new space, playing a character who's already known these other people for a significant amount of time. I found that useful too in my preparing for this character, because, one, Elisha, he set benchmarks up for us. So we knew where we were going. We knew the subject matter we were going to talk about during each episode. It's just that we didn't know what we were going to say, how we were going to get there, or when it was going to happen. I mean, that was the improv section of it. But it made it easy for me, because all I really had to do was go home and create the backstory for Stuart. Know his likes and dislikes, how he feels about his relationship with his father, even his mother, other people in his life, or the people who were in the group, each one of them. And I kind of honed in on that, and I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted to have a basic understanding of Stuart, and come in with those things into the session, so that when Elisha said action, I was able just to listen. All the work that was done is already there, but just to listen and respond. So listen honestly and respond honestly. And I think that was the biggest thing in this whole project. In every project, you're supposed to be an active listener with any project, but especially in this one. If you didn't honestly listen to what the other person was saying, you wouldn't be able to give an honest response, because there was no line. There weren't any lines to anticipate saying. So just listening, just to respond. You really had to take in what the other person was saying. And I think that was the most fun that I could have had on a project. So Elisha did a private screening for all the cast members and some of the crew at his house. And so first of all, shout out to our award-winning DP, Luke Geisbuehler. There's a reason why he's an award-winning DP. It was awesome what he was able to do. And that was one of those aspects where I was like, this is super experimental. At least for me, I have never seen anything like this. He attached his camera, I think it was an Ari, but this huge camera to his body. He had this whole rig set up, and he's carrying this heavy camera for an hour in a circle as we're doing this group therapy session. And we were all just like, man, what a trooper. This guy is awesome. He loves what he does. But then I saw the final product, and the editing of these wonderful shots that Luke was able to get was amazing. And I think the biggest thing that I enjoyed about it, one of the biggest things, was the editing. It's amazing how you can be on a person who wasn't speaking, who was just listening, and story is still being told just by that person listening, and how he was able to find that balance between those who were listening and those who were speaking at the time. And I really liked the final product. Just seeing it, he showed us the trailer afterwards. And after he played the trailer, we all were just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is awesome. And it was kind of a collective thought of, man, we're all super happy that we got to be a part of this project.